Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Thank you both for your public service. Whatever else may be said about you this morning, you are both extraordinarily talented and dedicated public servants. And you've worked with this committee, members of the committee, including myself, and I think we've come to admire your very insightful and incisive approach to problem solving, reaching across partisan divides, building bridges, focused on solutions, which is what law enforcement should do and what professionals should do. And you both bring to these jobs not only the expertise and experience of the past, but also your life perspective based on your family, what you've done, and where you come from. And so I just want to thank you for your willingness to continue to serve at a time when it's never been more challenging. I want to begin with an area where I think we can all agree there needs to be more done, which is hate crimes. The rise of domestic terrorism and violent extremism has given rise to increasing hate crimes based on race and ethnicity. I have a bill that would help correct some of the underreporting, which is such a problem in this area. I believe my colleague, Senator Feinstein, has highlighted in her remarks. Hate crimes are notoriously and repeatedly underreported. The No Hate Act, which I've sponsored, would lead to greater reporting and also more innovative and effective types of penalties. Ms. Monaco, if I can ask you first, would you agree that hate crimes need to be better reported and we need something like the No Hate Act to lead to it?
Well, Senator, first let me thank you for your focus on this issue and thank you for raising it in our call, and I appreciate you taking the time to spend some time with me in advance of the hearing. I absolutely think we need to understand better the scope and the severity of the challenge posed by hate crimes. Just the sliver that we are seeing from the reporting that we are seeing is exceptionally concerning. So I agree, we need to have more and better data, and I look forward, if I'm confirmed, to working with you to see that happen.
Thank you. Ms. Gupta?
I very much agree, Senator. I have been deeply distressed by seeing the data that the FBI has been putting out about the surge in hate crimes in America. Hate crimes devastate communities, are not just about something that happened to one or two people. They really tear at the fabric of our country. And I think the Justice Department has a lot of tools, including, of course, the important one of law enforcement in investigating and prosecuting hate crimes where they happen, but also doing what it can to use its bully pulpit and to prevent the kind of hate and hate from festering in our communities around the country.
Ms. Gupta, you've been a victim of a smear campaign, a despicable and rancid campaign to discredit you, which I think is really regrettable, unfair, inaccurate. Unfortunately, some of those themes have been repeated by a number of my colleagues this morning. In fact, they've regrettably refused to let you complete answers to questions. I'd like you to give you an opportunity to complete your answers, for example, on the question of police funding. I happen to believe that police need and deserve more support, more resources, more of the kinds of services they can bring to bear when they face difficult and complicated circumstances, as I've seen them do over the years that I've been involved in law enforcement. Let me ask you how you see funding of the police increased, not diminished, in order to increase their effectiveness.
Senator, I have spent almost my full adult career working on issues of policing, police community trust, public safety, racial justice issues. And at every point in my career, I have advocated where it has been important to do so for greater resources for law enforcement, for accountability measures like body-worn cameras, for modernization of equipment and data systems so they can track better arrests and stops and searches and be able to understand what the trends in their own communities. In a lot of places, police officers are working under enormous strain, and the importance of officer wellness and safety programs. I've also been talking recently to many sheriffs about the pilot programs that they are running in their jails to better address and have community-based interventions around people with mental illness and substance use disorders that are filling our nation's jails at this moment. And so these are some of the issues that I believe there's actually a lot of common ground on to begin to really think about how can there be investment in some of these community-based interventions to take the burden off of police and to give communities other responses. And I have been eager to learn about these innovative programs that many sheriffs and chiefs are running around the country. I believe there is enormous community support for it as well.
Thank you. Ms. Monaco, as you may know, I'm sure you do, that there are about 1.3 million cases in a severely backlogged system of immigration review, specifically the Executive Office of Immigration Review, the nation's immigration court system. And the reason for this backlog relates to, first, the lack of power of those immigration judges over their own dockets, and second, the sheer number that there are. As I understand it, the immigration backlog could be resolved in a number of ways. First, giving them back the power over their dockets, and second, DOJ can get rid of about 700,000 of those non-priority cases by simply dismissing them. If confirmed, will you consider giving immigration judges back their powers to manage their own dockets and dismissing the non-priority cases in order to clear the immigration court backlog?
Well, Senator, this is an area that a number of members have raised with me, including yourself, and the issue of this backlog, I think, presents a real challenge to what we need to do, which is have a fair and effective system for having fair hearings. And these are career professionals who need to be administering these cases and reviewing these cases in a fair and effective way. And so what I pledge to do, Senator, if I'm confirmed, is to meet with the professionals there, understand what it is that could be done to streamline and have a more effective and fair system for reviewing these cases. We may end up needing more resources, and that may be something that I come back to you on, but I look forward to working with you and others who I know have raised this same issue, because that type of backlog is a direct impediment to a fair and effective system.
Thank you. Thank you both for your service, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Thanks, Senator Blumenthal.